This tobacco has been a demon for me from day one. And just a little while ago, it gave me a little bit of love. I have kept Navy Flake. I've tried various options here with this stuff, and each time it's horrible, man. It's awful, right? I just smoked some of it that has been in a can, in a tin, a coffee can, for like 2.5 weeks. And I'm getting something different from it. I'm getting something I haven't had yet. I had some of it in a bowl in the closet because it seemed like a good idea at the time, right? I was trying to dry it out and I didn't want it to stink up the whole house because it's Navy Flake. And that stuff tasted like crap. For 4 days it was in the closet in like a soup bowl. Tasted awful. I gotta move this light. It's killing me. I've got some in a mason jar for like 3 weeks, give or take. It tastes awful. It's killing me, okay? Well, somewhere in the middle of all of that, I kept some in this coffee can. Because it was in the bowl for the first 4 days, and then I wanted to get it out of the bowl and try to seal it somehow. But I didn't want to mix it with the stuff that's in the jar, because I thought this is going to screw things up. I'm trying to keep them consistent, right? And I guess I was onto something, because I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, I just took the stuff out of the can. It's been in a can in the shed for almost 3 weeks now. And I mean, we've had near freezing temperatures. It's been hot outside. It's been rainy. It's been dry. Nothing consistent about it. Basically, I put it in the shed because I considered it trash. And I forgot I was going to use that can for, as a trash can for old matchsticks and ashes and whatnot. And I forgot that I had it in here. And I thought, I filmed a video the other day about Navy Flake, kind of giving a background, my experience with it. And I thought, the other day I decided to smoke what was in the jar. Because I'm like, I'm not going to smoke this trash that I've basically thrown away. It's refuse. And tonight, I decided to smoke it. Just on a whim, let's see what's up. And I'm getting different stuff out of it. It is kind of weird. So, hopefully, this could just be in my head. I don't know. Hopefully it's not. I'm going to smoke another one. I just smoked one bowl of it. And it was... It still had the harshness that is characteristic of it, right? But, how do I put this? It was easier to tame it. Like I think I said before, that it's kind of like dancing with the devil. Like you get too close and it'll tear you up. But if you stay too far away, you're not getting anything nice. You know what I mean? You have to kind of toe the line. You have to get up close to the badness to get the little bit of goodness that's there. And it's been very little goodness and a whole lot of awful, awful badness with this Navy Flake. But I smoked this stuff that is very dry. Again, I've treated it like trash. And I was getting like a sweet, sweet kind of tobacco taste the harsh raw tobacco crappy stuff was minimized, right? And what was coming out of it was let me see. I don't know how to explain this. It's tamed down a bit, a lot, a lot. What I'm tasting is a much calmer, smooth tobacco that has some. There's a sweetness. There's a natural, earthy kind of sweetness to it. Mm. You got to be careful. It wants to bite. When I draw it around the bend, so to speak, like in the mouth and then around that bend to come out the nose. I'm calling that little, that's like I call it like the bend. That's how I've been, that's how I've been enjoying most of my smokes so far. That seems to be a kind of sweet spot. There are a few different sweet spots in terms of how I'm smoking it. Sometimes sipping on it a little bit is nice, like sometimes that gets me a certain flavor. Um, but the really nice flavors happen when I roll it around that bend. When I get it in my mouth and roll it up to the nasal passage cavity and back and forth, just kind of doing this. And I haven't. Mm, it's too close. I haven't been able to do that with this stuff yet. It's been way too abrasive. And tonight, the can, the canned Navy Flake, the stuff I treated the worst, is letting me do that. It's letting me roll it a little bit, which gives some that offers some of the best tastes that I get from any of these tobaccos I've been smoking. And I'm getting really nice stuff out of it. Again, got to be careful. The harshness is still just around the corner. It's right there on the edge. But you got to toe it like. I don't know if this is just in my head or what. Because this stuff has been sheer hell. Every time I've tried it, it's been awful. Awful. And right now, tonight, I'm getting it's really nice. I'm not being too attentive to the way I'm packing it. I'm not lighting it any differently than I have been the others. I'm trying to keep as many things consistent as I can between all these tobaccos. And I'm getting a really, not super sweet like the River Bend, Not like candy sweet or, where it feels like maybe they've added something to the tobacco. This is a natural, earthy, it just tastes like straight tobacco, but it doesn't taste like raw tobacco. It doesn't taste like, well, let me smoke it again. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. Hold on a second. Okay. God. Again, it still has that harsh. It wants to kick you in the butt, man. It wants a fight. But if you just, I'm not inhaling any of these tobaccos. Part of the reason I'm smoking, taking up a pipe, is because as ridiculous as it sounds, I'm hoping it's going to help me quit smoking cigarettes, which is just stupid. But that's part of the idea. So I'm not inhaling this stuff. And it's just that this one in particular, some of them, this one in particular, when you get it in your mouth and you start to blow it out, it's like it's like it's trying to sneak its way into your lungs, man, and cause problems. I've learned to avoid that with the others. It doesn't happen very often with the others. With this one, it's like that's its main objective. It's still it's hard, you got to toe that line. If you could get rid of the fight, I could see how this would be a very attractive tobacco. Not subtle, not complex, not a lot going on like with the Balkan 2. Not a lot of, intricate, ambiguous flavors, senses, none of that. This is approaching the territory of the river bend, where what you see is what you get. It's constant. It's playing nice for the first time in nearly a month. And it's not amazing. But it's pretty pleasant if you get it just right. This makes me wonder. I bought 2 other blends online. I'm up to 5 blends that I've tried now. And I got 2 others that are Peterson Nightcap, which I'm liking a lot, but it's like it's acting aloof. Like there's a lot more there. I feel like there's a lot more happening that I'm not tapping into, and I can't seem to nail it down. When you smell it out of the can, it's amazing. It smells so good, but I'm not getting all that when I smoke it. And then there's GL Pieces Jackknife Ready Rubbed. That one is coming across way too harsh, man. Like this harsh raw tobacco. What's going on here? Who wants to smoke this crap, you know? But this has me thinking, that I need to try and experiment. And I need to do the same thing with those two tobaccos and see what happens. I've kept them, I've been taking very, very, like a baby, I've been very careful with them, keeping them in the jar and taking care of them right out of the can. I think maybe I need to kick them around a little bit. Throw them in the shed for a couple weeks. I've got no explanation. I mean, I'm getting lower in the bowl, and it's getting even better. I've got no explanation. This crap has been hellfire for damn near a month now. And, it's showing me a whole lot of love right now. It's Valentine's Day, by the way, which is funny. I'm hitting that sweet spot in the bowl. I'm hitting the sweet spot in the bowl where it's easy to roll it around the bend. I'll stick the stem a little further back and just almost, I'm kind of breathing I don't know how to explain this. I've cut off the lungs, right? Because I'm not inhaling. But I've learned over 30 years of smoking cigarettes, you learn how to manipulate the smoke. I think of it as 3 different chambers. There's the lungs, there's the mouth, there's the nasal cavity. And you learn how to play with the smoke and move it in and out of each chamber and between chambers. I think of it as 3 chambers, 3 rooms. And what I've been trying to do since with these pipes is since I'm cutting off the lungs as a chamber, I've been trying to use the pipe as the 3rd chamber, as and so I'll roll the smoke in the pipe, into the mouth, out the pipe, in the mouth, out the nose, in the mouth, out the pipe, in the mouth, out the mouth, right? So I can inhale through my nose and breathe out my mouth and the pipe at the same time. Inhale through the nose, breathe out through the nose and the pipe at the same time. Inhale through nose, all out through the pipe. Hold my breath and just puff the pipe back and forth like this. I'm trying combinations of all these things, just kind of, it's a siphon effect. You're kind of doing like this, it's, and you get a lot of different flavors when you play around with it like that you get a lot going on. My favorite way to do it is to hold the stem further back in the mouth, back in there, and kind of just kind of puff it and short puffs and let it linger and kind of waft through all 3 chambers at once. When I do that with the Balkan 2 and the River Bend in particular, you get it's just you're abiding in this luxurious state of like a just relaxation and pleasant sense, you know, not quite taste, not quite smell, but both at the same time, and it's all happening at once. It's interesting. So anyways, I think I'll cut this off for now, but who knew? Navy Flake, house blend, local shop, is Navy Flake is giving me something worth fighting for. This is crazy. Been a hell of a fight. And I'm only 1 month in, man. This is unbelievable.